Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky, and I'm bringing to y'all our business plan writing tip number 20, which is how to create a sales and inventory forecast in Excel. A lot of customers, they're always calling me up, and what they want is they want some kind of an Excel template, and they want to be able to use previous sales, and they want to be able to project what their inventory levels are going to be for the next several months. But they also want to project what their sales and their sales and their gross profits are going to be. So this template here is to help business owners, but also finance students, to project what inventory levels are and also what their profits are going to be. So with this template, the basis of this template is that you're going to be able to put in inventory items right here, and then you're going to be able to put in what the sales price for each one of the inventories items is. Then you're going to enter your cost per item right here. And then you're going to enter how many items you sold 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and last month. Once you enter this information, what's going to happen is we are now going to be able to project what the sales are going to be for months 4 to 12. And the way that I have got this set up is that for month 4, we are using the previous month sales, which is 9, and we're multiplying that by 105%. So I'm saying that we sold 9 last month, and we want to estimate we're going to sell an additional 5%. So we multiply it by 105%, and that's going to take us to 10. Now, if we actually multiply 9 by 105%, that's going to give us something like 9.5 or something. I use the roundup function, which is = roundup, and then I do my calculations, and I'll multiply the previous month by 105%. Then I'll put a comma, and then I'll put 0, and that 0 tells it to round it up to the next digit. And if you like, instead of using just the last month, you can use the previous 3 months. So you can take this 105, you can drop that to 80%, and then 10% and 10%. And what that does, it'll take 80% of 9, it'll add it to 10% of 6, and 4% of 10% of 4. It'll add it all together, and then it'll round it up to the next digit, and that'll give you your projections for the next several months. For this particular example, we're going to say that we're going to go 110%. So we're saying that our sales are going to grow by 10% for each product. All right, so with that said, what's going to happen here is now we have our projections. So we're saying we're going to sell 10 cherries in month 4. We're saying we're going to sell 21 pineapples in month 8. We're going to sell 37 grapes in month 12. Once we have that information locked down, we can then project what our sales are going to be. And we project our sales by simply multiplying our inventory projection, which is 10, by the sales price, which is 3. And that's going to give us our $30 in sales. And we do that for each one of our items, or inventory items. And I've got it listed at 5, but we can list that at 50 if need be. But it's the same process. You're going to multiply, once you get your projected inventory, you just multiply your projected inventory by your sales price for the product, and that's it. And the final step here is just adding together all of your sales. And I use the sum, open up a parenthesis, and then just highlight the range of what you want to add together. And I do that for all the months from 4 all the way to 12. And I'm just adding up the sales, what those are going to be, and that's our projected sales. I do the same thing for cost of goods. So we expect for cost of goods, we expect to again sell 10 cherries in month 4. And so we multiply that 10 cherries by $1.50, which is our cost of goods, and it gives us $15. And we do the same thing for all of the months, all the projected months, and we're going to multiply that by the cost per each month, and that gives us right here our projected cost of goods. Again, the final step here to get the total projected cost, excuse me, is just as simply as adding everything together. And so that'll give us our cost of goods. Our final step is going to be to calculate what our gross profit is going to be. And gross profit is simply subtracting our sales from our cost of goods. And so that's what we do here, is we're going to subtract our month 4 sales, which was $30, from our month 4 cost of goods for cherries, which is $15. And that gives us $15 gross profit for cherries. And if we do that for each item, we're going to get our gross profit for the month added right here. And the final step that I have down here is I'm adding together our gross sales, which are right here, all the sales, all the projected sales, all the previous sales, and all the projected sales. And I add them right there. And then I'll add together all of our costs right here. And then I subtract our sales from our costs to get our gross profit on an annual basis. So that's how this template works. And another neat thing about this template, if I change, let's say, cherries to bikes, all of the information here changes as well. Bikes to bikes to bikes, because they're all tied together. Same thing for sales. If I change that to $50, then the sales are going to roll over and all the sales are going to change as well. And the annual sales will change and the profit and loss. So once you change any of this information here or any of this information, all this template is going to roll over and is going to recalculate. So not only is this good for your business plan when you're doing projections, but if you're trying to find a good price point for your various inventory items, you're not sure if you want to sell bikes for $45 or $50, this is going to change. This is going to show when you change your sales price how it's going to impact your gross profits. So hopefully this information was helpful, and if y'all need some little bit of assistance, either creating a template to use to project your inventory and your sales, or if you'd like to purchase that template right there, just give us a call and we'd be delighted to help you out. All right, thank you.